Hey, Zabe here with Scotty, Al, Low Def. Czabecast brought to you by Line & Kugels and wonderfully illustrated with photos from our good friends up there at Smart Interactive Media. Today's topic, flooding. How much does flooding suck, everybody?
A lot.
Oh, too much that I'll never, ever, ever understand.
Look at the flooding in Georgia. Look at these photos.
Amazingly awful.
These are huge houses. I mean, like almost, looks to me, I'm not a real estate agent, like $700,000 houses.
Sure.
That are up to their gutters, second floor with water. You're not going to try to re-inhabit those homes, are you?
Now, what do you do with that? Where do you go when the entire neighborhood, the entire area, your life is in that house for a majority of these people?
I don't think you
mean
can
to be
just
too melancholic about this,
Right.
but your documents, your clothes, your wedding albums, your kids' stuff, homework. Just you think about your day to day.
Yeah.
And if somebody told you to go to a hotel and live there for a couple days, by a couple days, if you're close to your house, you'd go, I'm so done with living here. Think about never going back inside.
How about the? What are you going to do? You're going to let the waters recede, and then trudge up your muddy stairs to toss the carp out the second-story windows?
Well, you salvage what you can out of there of your belongings. But you're not going to live there.
It was underwater to the second story.
Yeah, you think about
salvage.
Do you have?
You can't
a plan?
just air that house out, Solly. All the airing out is not going to work. Every bit of drywall is soaked
through.
Every support beam is soaked.
Do you have a plan for the 5-hour energy dome if something like this ever threatens the Zabin Castle? Because, I would think that would be priority number one, right?
Way to refocus the story,
Yeah.
Caldy, because it is ultimately about Zabe
Right.
on the Zabecast.
Well,
That's
he
a
has
good
a
point.
small dam at the Zabe compound.
Well,
surrounding the...
I have a sump pump and I have a semi-exposed basement that shouldn't allow for flooding. I'm not too concerned. The house is not in a low-lying area.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not too concerned, but it's good that Galdi brings this up. I do have a plan.
Really?
Yes. As you know, I've been working out feverishly because
Yes, you
my
have.
plan is to gently dismount both twin 60-inch plasmas,
Gosh.
which weigh 230 bulky pounds each,
Okay.
and to just gently put them under my arms.
Nice.
Your wife will get the kids, you get the TV.
And I will walk out of the house carrying 470 pounds of
I was
television.
going to say, what about taking that step?
And that requires a lot of working out.
It does. It's
what,
doable.
What about taking it one step further
That's
and
the plan,
actually,
Galdi. That's
and
the
actually
plan.
lifting the whole room? Because those are some great chairs you got in that room, and that's some great counter space you got in that
Well, if he
room.
had Tim Tebow, he could do that.
Well, between Zabe and Tim Tebow and his newly found body, I don't think it's a problem.
But don't you know that some insurance companies are probably going to tell these residents, no, we're not going to let you bulldoze at home and build a new one. Just air it out. Air it out and get a carpet cleaner
They
in there.
can't.
Read the fine print of the
Yeah.
agreement.
Yeah, the floodplain
Yeah.
insurance, the riders, and all this other
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
But you got people going in there, building inspectors, who are going to say, unsafe for human habitation.
Right. And then
And
you
once
got
the
mold and
sticker
stuff.
goes up, there's the mold.
It would have been
There's the
better-
mold that goes inside the wall and then just goes straight up. You can't even see it.
Would have been better to have your house burned to the ground. It would have been better to have your house explode because of a gas leak.
Yeah.
Would have been better to have your house devoured by an earthquake. Twister.
Right, bees,
Floods are like the paralysis of home destruction.
stroke of home destruction.
Okay, all right.
It's horrible.
It's
Who
gonna
wants
get
to
really
be a
macabre
paraplegic?
really quickly, Galdi. Just buckle up.
Yeah, flood is. No, you don't want to flood. You'd much rather burn it down. In fact, if I were to experience flooding, I would be taking gasoline and torches to my house to hopefully to burn it down within the flood.
That'd be tough, but maybe you could do
In fact, the water and the fire would fight to
Yeah.
a balance.
Yeah, right.
and
A
be fine.
raging
Somewhere-
inferno and a swollen river.
Somewhere lost in this whole podcast is the fact that obviously our thoughts and prayers are with the
How many
people
homes
of Georgia.
were destroyed?
Too many.
Too many. and
Counties.
Number of lives lost.
Yes.
Let's see the networks make a big hysterical deal out of this, like they did Katrina.
Oh, God.
Okay, and that'll be it for today.
Thank you,
you for
Mr.
listening.
Happy.
We'll see you next time.